Zinaida Serebriakova, A Life in Art. Early life and education. Zinaida Evgenievna Serebriakova was born on December 10, 1884, in the village of Neskuchnoye, near Kharkov in what is now Ukraine. She was born into a highly artistic family. Her father, Yevgeny Lanceray, was a famous sculptor, and her mother, Ekaterina Lanceray, was the sister of the renowned painter Alexandre Benois, making Serebriakova a member of the esteemed Benois family, which played a significant role in Russian art and culture. This rich cultural environment fostered her early interest in the arts. Serebriakova received her initial art education at home under the guidance of her mother and uncle. She later attended the Imperial Academy of Arts in St. Petersburg, where she was trained by the celebrated portraitist Osip Broz. Her education was further enriched by her time spent in Italy and Paris, where she studied the works of the old masters and absorbed the artistic trends of the time. Rise to prominence. Serebriakova first gained public recognition in 1910 with her self-portrait At the Dressing Table. This work, showcasing her exceptional skill in rendering the human form with warmth and intimacy, was well received by both critics and the public. The painting became a symbol of her style, characterized by its blend of realism and delicate lyricism. This early success established her as a leading figure in Russian art. Her works from this period often depict the rural life of Russia, imbued with a sense of tranquility and connection to the land. Paintings like Peasants, 1914, and Harvest, 1915, reflect her deep appreciation for the simplicity and dignity of the peasant life. These works also reveal her skill in using light and color to create compositions that are both harmonious and emotionally resonant. Personal tragedy and artistic challenges. The Russian Revolution of 1917 and the subsequent Civil War had a profound impact on Serebriakova's life and career. Her husband, Boris Serebriakov, was arrested and died in 1919, leaving her a widow with 4 children. The turmoil of the revolution and the loss of her husband plunged her into financial hardship. Despite these challenges, Serebriakova continued to paint, focusing on portraits of her children and scenes of everyday life. In 1924, Serebriakova left Soviet Russia for Paris, hoping to find better opportunities to support her family and advance her career. However, the move marked the beginning of a long period of isolation from her homeland. Although she continued to create art, her work from this period reflects a shift in style, with a greater emphasis on portraits and less focus on the large-scale compositions that characterized her earlier work. Later years and legacy. While in Paris, Serebriakova struggled to regain the level of recognition she had enjoyed in Russia. The European art world was in the throes of modernism, and her more traditional, realist approach was often overlooked. Nevertheless, she continued to work prolifically, creating portraits, landscapes, and still lifes that were celebrated for their technical mastery and emotional depth. In the latter part of her life, Serebriakova received some recognition, particularly within the Russian émigré community. Her works were exhibited in galleries in Paris, Brussels, and London. Despite living in exile, she never abandoned her deep connection to Russian culture and continued to produce works that reflected her love for her homeland. Serebriakova passed away on September 19, 1967, in Paris. After her death, her work slowly gained wider recognition. In the 1960s and 1970s, exhibitions of her work in the Soviet Union helped to reintroduce her art to the Russian public, and she was posthumously honored as one of the great Russian artists of the 20th century. Conclusion. Zinaida Serebriakova's life and work stand as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of art. Despite the personal and political upheavals she faced, she remained committed to her artistic vision, producing a body of work that continues to be celebrated for its beauty, sensitivity, and technical brilliance. Today, she is remembered as one of the foremost figures of Russian and European art, whose legacy continues to inspire artists and art lovers around the world.